And when, if the other participants come in, you know, they'll just join us.
Okay.
So, a couple of things about my classes. The yoga for athletes, the stretching is really important to me. So I do hold the postures for a little bit longer than you would in a normal class. And if any time you need to back out and enter back in, please feel free to do so. Also, if there's modifications that I do not give that you know are good for your body, please feel free to take those.
Okay.
And lastly, I usually like to do intentions, but this week I have struggled with getting an intention. I'm usually guided, I feel really guided by, you know, something that's greater than me, that, and I usually have an intention for class for the entire week. And this week I feel that my intention needs to have no intention, you know, and that being quiet at times within ourselves is okay, you know, and accepting. I feel like, I mean, I guess, you know, this is the perfect time, the perfect way to be in this place where we are in this world. So we're going to stay in Sukhasana, our easy pose, and sit up tall, soften the gaze, and close the eyes to connect to our breath. We're going to inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, followed by the exhale. We're going to stay here for a few more rounds on our own, really settling into our space and allowing the body to absorb what it needs to. Focusing on the inhalation, expanding the belly. And when we exhale, really taking that navel to spine. Last breath here. On your inhale, start to bat the eyelashes open, coming back into your space. We're going to stay in this cross-legged position to begin. So the right hand is going to come outside of your right hip, and your left hand is going to come outside of your right knee. We're going to inhale to sit tall, and on the exhale, roll that right shoulder back and down, gaze over the right shoulder. Find softness in the belly. With each inhale, maybe sit a little bit taller. And with each exhale, see if you can sink a little bit further into that twist. Doing awesome. Release any tension that you may be holding on to within the body. One last breath here. On your inhale, bring it through center, exhaling when you get there. Left hand's gonna come outside of that left hip, right hand outside of that left knee. You'll inhale, sit tall once again, and on the exhale, roll that left shoulder back and down, gaze over the left shoulder. Grounding down through the sitting bones. Really find that softness in the abdomen to help draw you further into that twist. Allow the right shoulder to drop just slightly. Allowing it to fall away from the ears. Take about 3 more breaths here. We're going to inhale, come through center. Exhale when you get there. Take the hands onto the front of the knees. We're going to move through a few cycles of cat-cow in a seated version. So when you inhale, we'll roll the shoulders away from the ears, gaze up towards the ceiling. Allow the head to fall back slightly. Exhale. Then when you exhale, you'll round through the spine. Find that navel to spine connection and allow the head to drop it. Good. You'll inhale, roll the shoulders away from the ears, gaze up towards the ceiling. Awesome. Exhale, really rounding through that spine, find that navel to spine connection. Inhale, look up towards the ceiling, draw the shoulder blades down the back of the body. Exhale, really rounding through the spine. 2 more like that. So inhale, lift up from the chest. Exhale, round through that spine. Good. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, round the spine. On your inhale, come back to that neutral spine position. I want you to use as many breaths as you need to get into this posture if you'd like to come into the full expression. So you can have the right hand outside the right hip once again, or if you'd like to try to get your right elbow down to the mat with your hand placed flat, you can. And try to keep that left hip tacked down towards the mat, if you can, if that's possible. That's what I'm saying, use the breath to release the muscles in this side of the body. And we'll inhale, lift that left arm up and over, extending it past that left ear. Roll the left shoulder back and down. Gaze up towards the fingers if you'd like, or just keep your head in the neutral position. Really breathing into that side body. The more you use the breath, you'll allow the body to become softer. Release any tension that you may be holding onto in the jaw, in the shoulders, or within the hips. Two more breaths here. On the inhale, bring it through center. Exhale when you get there. Switching sides, so take as many breaths as you need to open up to that right side of the body. And if you can, bring that left elbow down to the mat placing that left hand onto the mat. You'll inhale, lift that right arm up and over, palm face down. Gaze either towards the thumb or just keeping a neutral spine. Roll that right shoulder back to open up through the chest. Good. Relax that right shoulder away from the ear the best you can. I know for me, that's where I hold my most tension, is in the shoulders. Really breathing into the right side of the body. Three more breaths here. Inhale, bring it up through center. Exhale when you get there. We're going to lengthen the legs out long now to come into a Marichyasana variation. So bending in that right knee, extending the left leg out long. Right hand will come outside of that right hip. Once again, we're going to wrap the left arm around that right knee. So what you'll do is inhale, sit tall. And on the exhale, roll that right shoulder back and down, gaze over the right shoulder. Softness in the back of that left knee. Do not hyperextend it out. Toes can be flexed up towards the ceiling. Really grounding down through all four corners of that right foot. On each inhale, see if you can get a little bit taller. And with each exhale, sink a little bit further into that twist. Twists are great for digestive rinsing as well as detoxing the body emotionally. I always like to use them in my practices. Three more breaths here. On your inhale, come back through center. Exhale when you get there. We're going to allow the right knee to fall open, bringing the right foot into the inner thigh of that left leg, coming into a Janu Sirsasana twist. So again, right hand outside of the right hip, left hand outside of the right knee. We'll inhale, sit tall, and on the exhale, we twist. The softer you allow the abdomen to become, the further you will get into the twist. Relax the shoulders, release the tension. Two more breaths here. Inhale, come through center. Exhale when you get there. We're going to keep this right foot on the inside of this left leg. We're going to come into a forward fold position over the left leg. So we'll frame the torso over that left leg. Options of the hands on the shin, around the ankle, or even clasping around the outside edges of the foot. It depends on where you are in your flexibility in the hamstring. Just maintain that softness in the back of that left knee. So we'll inhale, we'll sit tall, and on the exhale, take the nose down towards the shin. Good. Awesome. Now relax the shoulders away from the ears. Wonderful. Allow the body to grow heavy. Releasing the lower back. It's a really great place to connect to your breath. Releasing all tension from the neck. About 3 more breaths here. Releasing where you can and softening where you can. And on your inhale, releasing your clasp, start to articulate through the spine, stacking vertebrae by vertebrae, allowing the head to be the last thing to be able to come up. Switching sides now, so the right leg will extend out long, the left knee will come in for our Virabhadrasana variation. We'll have the left hand outside of that left hip, right arm wraps around that left knee. We'll inhale, sit tall. And on the exhale, we'll roll the left shoulder back and down, gaze over that left shoulder. Good. Once again, lengthen with each inhale. And with each exhale, see if you can come a little bit further. And if not, that's okay too. Two more breaths here. On your inhale, bring it through center. Exhale when you get there. Right and left knee falls out, and that left foot comes into the inside of that right leg. Left hand comes outside the left hip once again. Right hand comes outside of that left knee. We'll inhale, sit tall. And on the exhale, roll that left shoulder back and down, gaze over that left shoulder. Glide the shoulder blades down the back of the body. Lengthen through the crown. Good. We'll take a couple of more breaths here. On the inhale, start to unravel. Exhale when you get to center. Coming into our forward fold position now. Maintaining that softness in the back of the right knee. Same options as we had before, wherever we wanted to our class to be. So inhale, lengthen up tall through the spine. And on the exhale, take the nose down towards the shin. Clasping the shin ankle or around the base of the foot. Allow the back of the neck to grow long. Shoulders relaxed. You're doing awesome. We'll stay here for about 3 more breaths, really focusing on allowing the body to release the tightness in the muscles, whether they be in the back, the hips, the hamstrings. Last breath here. On the inhale, we'll start to roll up through the spine. Exhaling when we get to the top. We're going to take the legs wide now to come into a wide-legged position. Do you have blocks there? Yeah. Okay. Grab those and just make sure they're close for now. We're not going to use them quite yet, but I wanted to make sure. I meant to ask you that at the beginning. So take the legs as wide or as close together as you'd like. I mean, I always tell people that it's not a competition. And that's usually directed towards myself. Because I can be very competitive. So find the external rotation of the thigh bones back and down. Toes flexed up towards the ceiling. So we're going to take the right hand first and place it on the outside edge of that left foot. And then take the left hand and put it on the inner part of that left foot. And we'll inhale, lengthen, and on the exhale, bring the head down towards the shin. You'll be able to feel the stretch really in the back of the hamstrings and even all the way to the back of that, your IT band on the right side. Last breath here. We're going to inhale, release our clasp, lifting ourselves back up, exhaling when we get to the top. So we're going to switch to the other side, and then we'll come into a forward fold position in the center. So left hand comes outside of that right foot, right hand comes to the inside of that, that right hand comes on the inside of that right foot, and we'll inhale, lengthen, and then on the exhale, take the head in. Really release as much as you can. You'll possibly notice tension or tightness to be different on either side of the body, and that's completely normal. Two more breaths here. Releasing your clasp on the inhale, lifting yourself back up. Exhale when you get to the top. Now we're going to grab our blocks, place them out in front of you because we're going to rest our head. If you need blocks to rest your head in the forward fold position, this with your in the wide-legged position, you can stack the blocks like this way, and you can even have them stacked all the way up here. It just depends on where you need to be. I had a friend, and she just did like this one time because that's where she was that day. And I said, okay, you just do that. So we'll inhale, we'll keep on finding that external rotation of the thigh bones back and down, toes flexed up towards the ceiling. We'll inhale to lengthen the spine. And on the exhale, we'll walk the hands out until you find a nice deep stretch in the inner thighs. And then you just stop there. And you'll come down either to your forearms or to the head upon the blocks and rest there. We'll be here for probably about 2 to 3 minutes. So really just find places you can find softness within the body. If you find yourself holding any tension, maybe back out and come back in. We'll be here for about 1 more minute.
Really allow that breath to guide you. On your inhale, start to press into the hands, walking yourself back up until you're in that neutral spine position. We're going to bring the legs together. We're going to come to lying flat on our backs. Do you have a strap or a towel?
Strap.
Okay, awesome. Do you know how to make a loophole in it for your foot? You already got it. Yay! Okay, so my favorite way to come down to lying flat on my back is by hugging my knees into my chest and wrapping my arms around my shins. And then when I inhale, I sit tall, and then on the exhale, I rock and roll up and down on my spine.
Okay.
That's my favorite way. It's fun, and it makes me feel like a kid for some reason. So if you want to rock and roll up and down on your spine, you can do that for a few breaths, and then we'll come lying flat on our backs. So inhale, sit tall. Then on the exhale, rock and roll up and down on your spine as few or as many times as you would like. And once you are satisfied, you can extend the left leg out long when you're ready. And then bring the right knee into the chest and take that strap around the base of that right foot, holding the strap in the right hand. And the left hand will either come to the top of that left quad muscle, or you can have it on the outside of that left hip. So we'll inhale, draw that left foot in towards us for a moment, really breathing into the back of that hamstring. And we'll breathe here for a moment. Maintain softness in the back of that right knee. I have a tendency to hyperextend, so sometimes when I'm giving cues, I'm also giving them to myself. On your exhale, allow that right foot to come out towards the right side of the body, opening up through that right hip. Great. And then allow the gaze to come over the left shoulder. Good. Release any tension that you may be holding on to in the hips. On your inhale, bring that right foot back through center. Place the strap into the left hand, right hand will come outside of that right hip. And on the exhale, cross it over the left side of the body now and gaze over the right shoulder. Good. Really focusing on stretching out the right side of that IT band. You'll feel it probably in the back of the glute muscle. Take about 3 more deep breaths here. Really creating space where you can and releasing any tension in the muscles where you can. On your inhale, bring that right foot back through center. Exhale, bend that right knee, release the strap from the base of that right foot. Then you can extend that right leg out long. Switching sides, on the exhale, draw the left knee into the chest, place the strap around the base of that foot. So the right hand can come on top of that right quad muscle or the outside of that right hip. And then we're just gonna inhale, draw that left foot towards us, and then exhale. Hold here for a moment. Good, really good. Soften at the back of that left knee just slightly. Yeah, just a slight bend. Then on your next exhale, allow that left foot to open out towards the left side. Gaze over the right shoulder. Relax that left hip as much as you can. Doing awesome. On your inhale, bring that left foot through center. Switching the strap into the right hand, left hand comes outside of that left hip, cross it over the right side of the body. Gaze over the left shoulder now. Good, awesome. Regain that softness in the breath. Relax the body. Again, you'll feel this on the outside of that left IT band. You'll probably feel it in the back of the glute as well. It will really help stretch you out in the hamstrings and even in the lower back. Two more breaths here. On your inhale, bring that left foot back through center. Bending the knee on the exhale and releasing the strap from that left foot. Take the left foot out long once again. From here, we're going to bend in that right knee once again, but hug it into your chest and wrap the arms around the front of the shin. Just really stay here for a minute and breathe. We're really going to focus on breathing into the inner part of the inner thigh and then the outside of the hip. So breathe here. On your exhale, take the right knee towards the right shoulder. Right. Yeah, just take it out towards the right shoulder and kind of draw it in once again. And on your inhale, bring it back to center and exhale there. Next, we're going to extend that right foot up towards the ceiling. We're going to come into like a half stirrup posture or a half happy baby. So this right knee is going to be bent. Take the right hand and grab the inside of that right foot, bringing that right knee down towards that right armpit. You can even clasp the outside edge of that right foot if that's more comfortable for you. Good. Really just focusing on breathing into the back of that hamstring and onto the outside edge of this right hip. Awesome. And release the foot, right foot back down towards the back, lengthening it out more. Switching sides now, so the left knee will come in towards the chest, wrap around the front of the shin, hug it in on the exhale. Pause here and breathe. On your next exhale, take that left knee towards that left shoulder, opening up through the hip once again on this side. Awesome. Then hug that left knee in a little bit closer, or as close as you can. We're going to inhale, bring that left knee back through center. Exhale when we get there. Extend the left foot up towards the ceiling, coming into that half stirrup posture, half happy baby. You can take the right hand around the base of that left foot, or you can even take that left hand on the outside edge of that left foot, drawing that left knee in towards the left armpit. Awesome. Really focusing on relaxing through the top of that quad to release the back of that hamstring. And on your exhale, release that left foot back down to the mat completely. We're going to bend both knees now to come into reclined pigeon posture. So lengthen the tailbone down towards the end of the mat. We'll inhale, lift the right leg up tall, and then on the exhale, cross it over the left bent knee. We'll hug that left knee in towards us, interlacing the hands behind the back of that hamstring or even the front of the shin. If you want to open up a little bit more through the hips, you can press that right knee out slightly. Lengthen the shoulder blades down the back of the body. Really settle into your breath. You can even find a nice gentle sway back and forth here on your lower back to kind of give yourself a little mini back massage. You always find it nice to do so. Two more breaths here. Release the front of that shin to the back of the hamstring, allowing the left foot to come back down to the mat. Uncross that right foot off the left, switching sides. So we'll inhale, lift the left leg up, and on the exhale, cross it over. Draw that right knee in towards you, interlacing behind that hamstring or the front of the shin. Again, option to press that left knee out to open up more through that hip. Really bring in the breath. On your next exhale, release the clasp in the front of the shin of the hamstring, allowing the right foot to come back down towards the mat. Uncross that left foot off the right. Keeping the right knee bent will extend the left leg long, coming into a supine twist for our final posture. Arms will extend wide into Texas T-type position or into cactus arms. So we'll allow that right knee to fall heavy over the left, and then we'll gaze over the right shoulder. Awesome. We'll inhale, take that right knee through center. Exhale when you get there. Extend the right leg out long, bring that left knee in. Allow it to come heavy over that right. Gaze over the left shoulder. Awesome. On your inhale, bring that left knee back through center. Exhale when you get there. Coming into Shavasana, our final resting posture or corpse pose. Take the legs as wide as you would like. Take the arms wide as you would like. Lengthen the back of the neck and the tailbone down towards the end of the mat. Allow your body to come into your space fully now. Soften your gaze and close your eyes. Allow them to fall heavy into the back of the skull. Unhinging the jaw and allowing the tongue to fall from the roof of the mouth. Find stillness within the entire body. Yet within that stillness, find the softness that you need as well. From the crown of the head to your tips of your toes. Release every muscle from the face, the neck, the shoulders, the chest, the abdomen, and the hips. Release the muscles in the legs, quads, and the hamstrings, and the calves. Down to the ankles and your toes. As you rest in Shavasana.